Hey guys, it's Greg Jones for Engine Builder. We are at the 2023 PRI show. I'm in the Dayco booth and joined by Amanda Hoover of Chris Duncan Race Cars. And between us here is a supercharged Brad Anderson Hemi, and it's our Engine of the Week.
Engine Builder's Engine of the Week is sponsored by Penn Grade 1, L-Ring DOS Original, and NPW.
Well, Amanda, thanks so much for giving us a little bit of time. Absolutely. You know, we walked by the Dayco booth here and saw your race car and had to stop, wanted to know more.
She's pretty wild, isn't
It's
she?
awesome. You know, love the scheme on it, and of course, really love the Hemi.
Yes.
And
Hemis
wanted
are
to know
always
more about
fun.
it. Yeah.
Well, it's a Brad Anderson Hemi, Brad 10 heads. Of course, we run PSI Supercharger. The comment of the day for a lot of people has been they didn't realize they made a pulley that small, which is always funny because we ran high overdrive for so long that we don't think anything about it. But yeah, it's a Brad Anderson components, but the fun part is this car is actually family owned. And my stepdad and I have spent the last 20 years racing together. We tend to build the motors together, so it's a labor of love for us.
Yeah. And before we started filming, you mentioned that you've had the car about 9 years now. So tell us a little bit about how that whole build got started. You know, what was kind of the beginnings of it?
Well, we have actually been racing Eddie's been racing since he was young. He was a teenager. And of course, and I was a teenager, I like to drag race and whatnot, but Eddie's actually my stepdad, and he and my mom got together. He had always drag raced. I started going, one thing led to another. I was helping him in the shop, and I'm like, oh, I really like this.
Yeah.
So started tuning, and I would say the first car that really, it was an older Corvette. We ended up getting rid of it, got a Firebird, got rid of the Firebird. The Firebird went to Sweden. We bought a Corvette from Chris. That's how we got to know Chris so well, from Chris Duncan Race Cars. That vet also went to Sweden, and we started the build on this car. So, yes.
Cool. And has it always been the Hemi in it, or has the engine kind of changed over the years?
It has been modified a little bit. We've always had the Hemi. We've always had Brad stuff in it. We actually started out with a roots blower in it because we were running PDRA, we were running Pro Boost. We did it with our old vet and with this car both. So we ran a roots blower for a very long time. With our old car, we had the world record a few different times for being the fastest roots blown car in the world. So that was pretty cool. So we continued with the roots blower with this, and then as series change, rules change, whatnot, we've ended up putting the screw blower on.
Okay.
So.
So Amanda, you're saying that, you know, most people don't see the small belt size there on the front. Any other details about that you want to mention?
Yeah, the pulley size is, of course, because we run a high overdrive. We do run the Dayco belts. Pretty new to the market for the 8mm belts. They have been amazing for us, which we are in the Dayco boot, and we've been testing them out for them for the last 3 years. They said they really came out strong last year for on the market itself. Can't say enough about the Dayco brand. It's kind of cool. Their Teflon coating, the little white coating in there. Yeah. This is the neat thing about the Dayco belts is with the Teflon coating, it's like less friction on the pulleys. So there's like a little bit less heat in there. So I can't say enough about them. They don't break. That's the best thing about them.
Right. No, to be running them for a few years and be happy with it, that's great. That's
Absolutely,
awesome.
Absolutely.
Very cool.
Yes.
So Amanda, you mentioned obviously it's got the Brad Anderson block and the Brad Anderson heads. How about some of the other types of components that you got inside of it?
Well, we have a bullet cam, we have a Bryant crank, Manton push rods.
All right, so you guys are running electronic fuel injection. What type of fuel do you guys run in this car?
We do run methanol with it. I said it was electronic fuel injection for about 5 years. Kind of went back and forth on it. We decided mechanical was more what we wanted to do with it, but we did keep with the coil near plug. So like I said, that's something a little different. A lot of people it's becoming more mainstream now, but when we first started doing it, it took people by surprise not seeing a mag there. But well, we have the MSD Pro 600 CDI to run the coil near plug, and the Davis Technologies Profiler to help run it all. So yeah, we try to got some new age things and some old school, tried and true things as well.
Right, very cool. So that's a little bit of the fueling. How about on the oiling side? What kind of oil system are you guys running?
DMP oil pump, dry sump system.
Now I also understand that you do some of the tuning on this car. How much boost are you running through the Supercharger?
Yes, I've been doing all the tuning on it for a few years. It's about 54 pounds of boost. That's where we're currently at. All depends on weather conditions, on how much boost is going through things, but
that's about where you guys are typically
around
at?
54 pounds, yes.
Okay. And then in terms of horsepower, what does that equate to in terms of what this engine's capable?
It's about 4,500 horsepower.
Wow. Nice.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
So this thing boogies, right?
It boogies, yes.
So what kind of times do you guys get on the
We
track?
run 360s. 360s about 212 mile an hour, 212 mile an hour. So yes, it's a good time.
Amanda, how about the future of the car? What other goals or aspirations do you guys have? You mentioned that it's been one of the fastest cars out there for the class. What's kind of next for it?
Well, that's a great question, because we've ran a lot of series and we have fun running all the series. Like we ran PDRA, we ran ADRL, we've ran the Midwest series. Love all the series. They're all fun in their own rights. We've been running a lot of outlaw stuff lately, though. We've been running at Texas at XRP for their outlaw race, and we've been having a lot of fun. So I think probably this year that's what we're going to end up doing again. We tend to go where we have fun.
Very good.
Yes.
Well, Amanda, we appreciate you giving us a few minutes here on a busy day one of PRI.
Yes.
Really awesome race car, awesome Hemi engine. So
thank you.
we appreciate the time.
I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Guys, we hope you enjoyed this episode of Engine of the Week. Again, I want to thank Amanda and those guys over there at Chris Duncan Race Cars. Make sure you're checking everything out that they've got going on. And as always, make sure you're checking out enginebuildermag.com for more great engine content. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.